Before we get on the game, before we play some ranked Marvel Rivals, I wanted to talk about something that's been heavy on my mind since I started playing ranked. I wanted to make another tier list, but normally, yes, a malice tier list. Normally people rank who are the best character. Nah, we're not doing that this time. I want to make a tier list for who are the worst mains that you run into in the game. No, this ain't no live voting. This ain't y'all list. This is my list. But before we get into it, I repeat, I'm going to do the worst mains. I want to break down what exactly I'm talking about so we have a baseline understanding of what I'm about to get into, okay? This list is not for who are the best and the worst characters in the game for utility. I am making a list about who are the best and worst type of randoms that you run into. Random, R-A-N-D-U-M-B, random. And I'm not, by the way, if you only play quick play, I'm not talking about you, because people who play quick play, even me, like you're trying out new characters, you're trying to learn the game. We're not talking about you. I'm strictly talking about ranked. I'm talking about the worst character mains that you run into in ranked. People who make stupid plays, that don't make adjustments, toxic in the chat, toxic on the mic, just an overall detriment to the fucking team. That's what I'm talking about. If your favorite character is on this list, please do not take it personal. I ain't specifically talking about you. I ain't talking about your homeboy. I'm talking about when you duo, you trio, quad stack, and you got a few randoms on your team and they go fucking 2-22 and you strictly lost because of that person. What specific characters play like that? And I'm gonna break down from my personal experience who those characters are, who mains those people, and the reason they fucking suck. So now that we have a clear understanding, also, it's gonna go in reverse. It's gonna be like golf. So if I rank the character at S tier, that means they are the bottom of the barrel, the worst type of randoms. If you end up at F, that's actually good. That means this random is usually pretty good. So now that we have a baseline understanding of what we're getting into, let's talk about the worst randoms that you're gonna run into in ranked in Marvel Rivals. First things first, Adam Warlock. When it comes to running into people who play Adam Warlock mainly in their randoms, I have to put them somewhere in the middle. I don't really feel like I hate Adam Warlock mains just because it is a good character with good utility, especially in the right hands. His ability to revive you, he's got decent heals, but people who like randomly play him that I encounter, I don't feel like they usually do a terrible job. So I feel like a C tier is good. The reason I'm not going to put them lower, because I do feel like it's like a 50-50. When you do run into a bad Adam Warlock player, the dumbass shit that they do be doing, I can't tell you how many times I played with a random Adam Warlock and they'll revive you at the most random times. Like it'll be a team wipe, they'll revive you, and then you get wiped again. You were just 10-1, now you're 10-3 because of fucking Adam Warlock. That's the main thing that I see that they be doing that's fucking stupid, but I don't see it enough to where like, I don't feel like I'm very tilted playing with Adam Warlock. They're usually pretty good. So I'm gonna put them at the C tier. Yeah, they res you right in front of the teams, all this shit. That's usually the main thing that they do, but the Adam Warlocks tend to be pretty good because usually it's a little bit of a higher skill ceiling to play this character. Okay. Next up, Black Panther. Black Panther randoms. Where would I rank them? I'm gonna have to put them at the B tier. A good Black Panther will be the best they'll be the best person in the lobby. But a bad Black Panther will probably be the worst person in the lobby. The reason I don't put them at A or S tiers, because one thing I'm also going to take into consideration is I feel like I don't run into enough bad ones to where like I'm constantly raging at Black Panther. I feel like it's a healthy amount of good ones. It's just when they're bad, they're really fucking bad. There's no in between with a Black Panther. When they're good, they're really good. But when they're bad, they're really bad. But the reason I feel like I don't get too tilted when I think about Black Panther is because I just don't run into enough randoms that play them. Because once again, It is a high skill ceiling character that requires reflexes and decent aim and situational awareness. So I don't feel like Black Panther's like pissing me off all the time. But when you do get a bad one, it's fucking bad. What did Moon Knight do to you? We'll get to it, Trey. We'll get to it. So I'm gonna put him at B. Black Widow. Our first S tier goes to Black Widow. And not for the reason that you think. I'm not gonna lie. And especially niggas who insta-lock Black Widow. If you insta-lock Black Widow, there's no way you can convince me in ranked you're trying to win. It's the worst character in the game. Honestly, fuck you. When I see that shit, I know we're about to lose. People who main Black Widow, these are the people that hop on ranked and they'll be like, you'll get on the voice chat, right? Be like, yo, I'm trying to win. This is ranked. Get the fuck off Black Widow. I'm just trying to have fun. I'm trying out a character. People who just try out characters in ranked, they play Black Widow. That's the definition of a RANDUMB, a random. I can almost guarantee you there is a 95% chance that if you get a random Black Widow on your team, you lost. The kit is completely worthless. I think she still needs another buff even after the season 1 update. For somebody who snipes, she just doesn't do a lot of damage. She doesn't really help the team that much. If I see the other team has a fucking Black Widow, it's the opposite. I'm like, oh, we about to win. So if you hop into rank, you solo queue with her, most y'all fucking suck. We don't want to see it. You guys are a detriment to the team. If you play Black Widow, you main her, honestly, fuck you. You said, how you trying to shit in the rank? That's what I'm saying. I've seen this so many times. I wish I was making this up. People will say that in the chat. I'm just trying to have fun. I just want to try out characters. That's what quick play is for. Get the fuck off rank, bro. I'm trying to level up. Hulk randoms. When you run into a random who plays Hulk, I feel like I'm gonna go with D tier. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really feel like I run into too many terrible Hulks. And not only do I feel like I don't run into too many terrible Hulks, I'm gonna give them a little bit of clout. I feel like a lot of Hulks are team players. One thing I've noticed when I pick Iron Man and ranked, like somebody will insta-lock like Doctor Strange or another tank, right? Or Venom. If I pick for DPS Iron Man, I'll notice one of the tanks a lot of times will instantly switch to Hulk because of the team up ability with the gamma ray beam. So like, I would say Hulk players tend to be team players. And he's an overall he's a good tank. I feel like I don't run into too many bad ones just because like his kit is pretty easy to pick up. I don't really feel like a lot of Hulks piss me off when there's a random Hulk on my team. You said F tier, honestly? Nah, because the other day I did run into one that pissed me off. That nigga jumped in on a 1v6 when the rest of the team was dead. That shit pissed me off. That's why I said I'm putting him at D. You might run into one, it's just very rare. I would say maybe for like every 10 random Hulks you run with, maybe like 3 will be bad. 3 will be bad. So I'm gonna put him there. Our next S tier, Moon Knight. Here you go, Trey. You want me to talk about him. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Moon Knight racist. I'm a Moon Knight racist. When you hop on ranked, there are 2 characters that come to mind, and we're gonna get to the other one, where you're almost guaranteed to lose if he's on your fucking team. And coming in at the next S tier is Moon Knight. Free all my niggas. Fuck all Moon Knight mains. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Moon Knight is literally like the moon. You know how the moon shifts the tides? When you get a random Moon Knight on your team, it's gonna shift the tide of battle. Because these niggas are fucking stupid. He's arguably one of the easiest characters to play. But for some reason, like, and don't get me wrong, a good Moon Knight is a demon. But like 80% of y'all are fucking horrible. And it's crazy because he's got arguably one of the easiest kits to play in the game. Take the high ground, throw the Unk in the vicinity of the enemy, somewhere close to them, but it's not easy to access. Aim at your Unk, you shred the team. Why do so many of you go 2 and 15? 10 and 35? 1 and 19? And then the worst part about these Moon Knight mains too, I've noticed they've got some of the worst attitudes in the game. I'll hop on the mic, yo, because I'm not gonna lie, when the game first came out, like motherfuckers was tilting me. But y'all see, I hop on ranked, you get 1 round with me. I'm gonna let it rock. I'm gonna see if you good or not. If I see you 2-10 going into round 2, I'm hopping on the mic. Hey, buddy, could you switch to tank? Could you switch to healer? We're trying to win this, man. We're trying to come back. It's almost a 99.9999999% chance. If you tell a Moon Knight main to switch, they are not switching. And not only they're not going to switch, they're going to hurl some racial slur at you. They're going to say something homophobic. They're going to tell you to grow up, shut the fuck up. You cannot tell them nothing. And the worst part about Moon Knight mains too, and I blame the developers on this shit. Moon Knight's been getting a lot of love. He's got some of the coolest skins in the game. And Moon Knight mains, they buy. I'm positive in the first month. I don't know if y'all missed my stream yesterday. They generated $100 million in the first month of this game. I'm positive about 60 million of those dollars come from Moon Knight mains, because all Moon Knight mains got all the skins. He's got some of the best skins in the game. And let me tell you, them niggas are going to play Moon Knight because they paid for the skin. They don't care how much they fucking suck. They don't care that they lack situational awareness. They don't care that they can't aim. These are the niggas. Yo, you ever seen a nigga get his ass beat and they'll be like, oh, I got my ass beat, but at least I look good. At least I have my new shoes on, my new shirt on. These are Moon Knight mains. At least I got the new Blood Moon skin. Still look good. We got our scout pushback. Free all my niggas from Moon Knight mains. Free all my niggas from Moon Knight mains. Free all niggas from Moon Knight mains. You guys are fucking stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck, I hate Moon Knight randoms. I hate them. I fucking hate them. I feel this way about Spot. We gonna get to it too. Yo, shout out to Dodge Lang with the gifted sub. But this is like, I can't iterate enough. Like, y'all are a special type of stupid, because he has one of the easiest kits to play in the game. And I mean, I think that's why so many people are attracted to him, because you really don't have to aim with him. So it covers up your weaknesses. The problem is when you run into good players who know how to get past that shit, just shoot the unk, you get exposed. Get the fuck off my team. I hate Moon Knight randoms. You're toxic, you're ass, but at least you look good. I swear to God, most of my losses with randoms come with Moon Knight mains. Fuck y'all. Captain America. It pains me to say this, because I like playing Cap. But as someone who's pretty decent, I like to think that I'm decent with Cap. I understand that he is very situationally aware. He's very situational. You have to know when to pull Captain America out. The problem with most Captain America mains who are randoms on your team is they don't know when to pull him out. They don't know. The average random that's playing Captain America is the gnat. You ever been to a barbecue and it's that one gnat at the barbecue that's just flying in your face all the goddamn time? The average Captain America random is just running around, swinging at shit, jumping around, never dive in the back line, never blocking anything. Nigga just, yo. The average Captain America random on your team is just doing cardio. Them niggas is playing Sonic Adventure 2 while we're playing Marvel Rivals. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Yo, what the fuck are you doing, dude? And then you know what pisses me off the most? You know what pisses me off the most? Cap is really only good on offense. When a nigga pulls out Captain America on defense, we lost. I know we lost. I know we lost. I know we fucking lost. If we're not pushing the payload, why do you have Captain America out, bruh? Yeah, on your left. Yeah, when he's running on your left. The niggas just be running around, bruh. And it pains me to say this, but I have to be honest. Most y'all don't know how to play Captain America. So if there is a Captain America random on your team, there's a high probability, about an 80% chance you're about to fucking lose. That being said, the reason I don't put them in S tier, when you get a random Captain America that knows what they're doing, they're a demon. It's just the problem. I think you have to have good situational awareness to learn how to play him. What's the context? If you're just coming in, I'm doing a tier list for the worst people, the worst kind of randoms that main characters, basically. Who are the people that are most likely to be a dumbass when you solo queue or you duo queue with friends? What characters do they main? That's the list. That's the list. Cloak and Dagger. This one's tough. Let's talk about Jeff mains. Oh, we're gonna get to it. Cloak and Dagger is between a C and a B for me. That's fucking genius. I think I'm gonna put Cloak and Dagger at B. Cloak and Dagger is a great healer. I'm gonna put it at a B because I have flipped out at some random Cloak and Dagger mains, and the reason that they're dumbasses is it's a lack of situational awareness. Too many Cloak and Dagger randoms, they play too much offense, they play too much trying to kill people, and not enough healing. And when they do that, that shit is fucking infuriating. It really is, because you just see your scalp getting pushed back. And I think, you know, a matter of fact, because I was leaning towards C, the reason I'm going to put them at B is because Cloak and Dagger is a pretty popular character. They're pretty common. This is another reason why Moon Knight pisses me the fuck off. Not only are they stupid, it's very common to run into a Moon Knight. It's pretty common to run into a random Cloak and Dagger. If it was uncommon, I'd probably put them at C, but because it's pretty common and they tend to be on the front lines and they don't heal enough. Also, I don't think a lot of you niggas know what their ult does. Just pretty stupid players. I'm gonna put you at a B tier. They're fucking annoying to me. When we do most likely to be racist tier, go ahead and slide Punisher in there. right. So that's where I'm gonna put Cloak and Dagger at. No one stands in our ult. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people know what they do with them. Doctor Strange, I'm not gonna lie, he's our first F tier. Doctor Strange is arguably the best tank in the game. Even after the nerf, he's still the best in the game. I've been practicing with him. I was like, I see why people play him. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel like I run into a lot of bad Doctor Stranges. Actually, you know what? I'll put him at E. No, I'm gonna put him at E. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't feel like I run into a lot of bad Doctor Stranges because his kit is so good. But the reason I moved him from F to E is because every once in a while, you will get a Doctor Strange that throws a horrible portal. You'll hop in the portal and your team just gets wiped. They just place it in a really bad place. But I feel like that's very rare. But I just thought about that, so I can't put them at F tier. Every once in a while, you'll meet one that fucks up. But usually, these ones are pretty good. I've seen a lot of Doctor Strange. They'll do the shield to the whip tech. Like, people are usually pretty good with them. You said I feel that, so I'm gonna put them at the E. I don't know if anybody will be at the F tier. Hey, bro, you right about that boss fight, that thing before you rank up? I've been stuck for almost a day. I'm ranking the players on the characters for being stupid, the randoms. Worst type of random mains, basically. Next up is Groot. We got another tank. Groot is a really good character, one of my favorite characters to play. But I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of people don't play him correctly. I'm gonna put him at a B tier. Like just yesterday on stream, who was in the stream yesterday, man? We were getting our scout pushed back by a team that was running a Hulk and somebody else. So then I switched to Wolverine and we started coming back. And this Groot, I'm diving for the tanks. This Groot kept throwing up walls and blocking my dives on the tank when I was playing Wolf. That shit almost made me snap my fucking control, my mouse and keyboard. I notice a lot of times too with Groots, random Groots, they don't control the spacing very well. This is why I'm putting him at a B. A lot of random Groots, they just run in and be a bullet sponge. Newsflash, chat, for those who have never played tank, you're not just supposed to be a bullet sponge and then hope your DPS kill people. You're supposed to be a bullet sponge, but you're also supposed to initiate fights, push the other team back, control spacing. And one thing I've noticed about a lot of Groots, he has probably the best spacing, the best ability to control the space of any tank. And a lot of y'all don't do that. The enemy team will run through the same door every fucking time after a team wipe, and groups will not throw up a fucking wall. Like, just throw a wall up so they can't run through. Slow them down. They won't be doing that shit. And I find that to be really strange. His walls are super annoying. So that's why I put him at B. I notice a lot of people just don't play. Yeah, they set up walls and block their own fucking team. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? I'll be like, yeah, you're a DPS main. You didn't want to play group. So I'm gonna put him at a B tier. I've had groups that would place the walls in the way of my heals, separating you from the team. So that's why I put him at the B. I've noticed a few random groups that pissed me the fuck off. I'm gonna put him at a B though. Hawkeye. Hawkeye's going to A. Hawkeye's going to A. Another top tier character. No, I'm not gonna put him at an S because I do feel like you run into a lot of bad Hawkeye randoms, but not as many as Moon Knights, and you're never gonna run into a good Black Widow, so bitch sucks. But Hawkeye, when you get a good one, they're a fucking demon. but I feel like the ratio is about the same as like Captain America, but like they're a detriment to a team. I think the problem with bad Hawkeye randoms is kind of like the Moon Knight ones. They'll play really bad. They'll go 2 for 12. We'll go into the next round and be like, hey, can you switch off? Can you heal? Can you play a different DPS? They won't switch. They'll just keep bricking their shots. They play one of the arguably the hardest characters in the game because you need good aim. Go 2 for 12 and then blame the rest of the team. I'm not getting enough heals. How many heals do you need, buddy? I need to keep you alive for a whole half an hour. You're playing a character that can one-shot anybody. Even after the nerf. I seen it yesterday. Even after the nerf, you're still getting one-shotted, especially with a Mantis buff. But I notice I don't run into Hawkeyes enough in comparison to Moon Knight, so I'm going to leave him at an A. But a bad random Hawkeye is a detriment to the team. And a matter of fact, too, they're just like Moon Knight mains. If you call them out for playing trash, they're hopping in the text chat. Hawkeye mains, the randoms, they're the type that'll type in the text chat the entire game, just curse you out. They don't care if they get reported. All types of slurs are getting dropped. It's just, I don't feel like I run into as many random Hawkeyes as I do Moon Knights. That's why I'm going to put him at the A. He's slightly less common, I feel like. I'm starting to question if he needs good aim, though. I feel like he shoots fast as fuck. Yeah, you need good aim to play him. I'm a Hawkeye Moon Knight main. See, the jokes write themselves. Nigga, we know you toxic. Random Helas on your team. How annoying are random Helas? I'm going to put them at a C tier. I feel like when you get a random Hela on your team, welcome to the stream, Tipo Dragon. When you get a random Hela on your team, it's pretty rare that they're bad. I don't feel like I spaz out on Helas that much. And to be honest, the reason why is like it's kind of hard to be bad with Hela. She has one of the highest damage outputs. She's a hit scan character. So I'm not gonna lie, if you suck with Hela, you just get off the fucking game. That being said, the reason I can't go D, E, or F, the few times that they do tilt me, I notice with a lot of Helas, and there's no in between. You'll either get a Hela that uses their ult frequently, or you'll get a Hela that doesn't use their ult at all. So the random that runs Hela and doesn't use their ult, fuck you, honestly. I feel like I've had to scream at a lot of Helas, can you fucking hit the Q button? And I think Hela gets her ult the fastest in the game. A Hela will get an ult like 3-4 times a round if you hitting your goddamn shots. Just be floating in the air. Laugh my ass off, that's so accurate. That's real. Now, if you get a Hela that cracks her ult and is hitting her shots, F tier, amazing. But the ones who don't ult and they just be sitting on that shit, you're fucking annoying. And a lot of times you're the reason we lose. And also, matter of fact, another reason I'm going to put him at the C tier, another reason random Helas can be annoying, there's a lot of players out there that got carried to Diamond because of Hela. And then Hela gets banned every round and you get exposed when you have to play a different character. Now you're losing. You just slid back down to silver because you don't know how to play nobody else. So a lot of Hela players, you guys are going at the C tier because you're fucking frauds too. You get crutched and carried by this character. Hela mains are hella annoying. Yeah, they're one-trick ponies. Same thing with the fucking Hawkeyes. The difference is, and the reason why I'm putting Hela at C tier, you call a Hawkeye out, they're gonna call you a hard R. You call a Hela out, they probably won't say anything. They know they suck. Just got here, what's the list? The worst kind of randoms and what they main. The worst kind of randoms. Coming at the A tier. I'm not gonna lie. Random Iron Fists are fucking annoying. I'm not gonna put you at S tier. I'm gonna put you at A. The reason being is there's no in between. When I see a Iron Fist on my team or the other team, I think they're either going to be the best player on the team or the worst. There's never an in between. I never have seen an average Iron Fist. They're either a fucking demon or a detriment to the team. The demon knows situational awareness. They know when to dive. They know when to get in, get out. They know how to output their damage. They know how to initiate. The bad Iron Fist, they'll just dive you, right? They'll brick the first couple punches, but they'll keep coming after you. Next thing you know, you're getting jumped by the team. And that's why I put them at the A tier. Because for some reason, I seem to get a lot of these Iron Fists on my fucking team. I never get the demons. And then you'll call them out. And just like Hawkeye mains, they get mad at you like you're the problem. I honestly think the average Iron Fist main has one brain cell and it says punch. And when those punches are not connecting, they're going to be the reason you lost. Absolutely. This is not up for debate. It's same for all assassins, duelists. Yeah, but I think Iron Fist main are especially stupid, the randoms, because I think it's the adrenaline rush. Because I don't care what nobody says. This character's fucking broken. There's no reason why this nigga should be flying in the air with Iron Man. Iron Man has a suit from the year 3005 with the Jonas Brothers. And this nigga's flying around, kicking and punching, because the tracking is just ridiculous. You take that tracking out of his kit, I guarantee you the pick rate would drop. This is another character that crutches people. You fucking suck at the game. That's why you play him. Keep his ass on the ground and see how many people pick him. So he could be a serious detriment to the team. Because another thing about Iron Fist mains, like Hawkeye mains, if you ask them to switch, they're not switching. They're not switching. You might get a hard R with them too. Yeah, we went to the year 3000. TBH is working. Yeah, I'm ranking the worst randoms. Iron Man randoms, I'm gonna put him at B. A good Iron Man on your team is a demon. Also, another good Iron Man is somebody who can recognize they're being counterpicked and they'll switch off. I play Iron Man. The moment I get popped by a Hela and I can tell they got good aim, or like a Punisher, I'm switching off them. That's a good Iron Man. Like, go play somebody else. But the bad ones will not switch off of him. I feel like I don't really see too many bad Iron Men. So like that's why I kind of put him at B. Too many niggas be trying to rely on their alt 2. They're not using their beam enough. That's why I would put them at B. But I don't find them like super annoying. Like, I don't feel like I've ran into too many randoms that are like bad at Iron Man. I feel like he's pretty easy to play. But the bad ones, I will say, they just hover straight in the air. They don't move left to right. They don't flank. So I wouldn't put him up here, but he's right there. They can be bad. They can be the worst type of Iron Man are the ones who won't counter a counter pick. The moment you get counter picked, they got a Hela, a Punisher, a Namor. Get off Iron Man. If you don't do that, your team lost. You're saying the mobility thing's going for health packs. Yeah, if they don't go for health packs, like a part of playing Iron Man is accepting you're not always going to get the best heals because you're above everybody else. So you need to, a good Iron Man knows the map. Like, you know when to dip out and go get the health packs. So you don't have to rely on your healers. So I put them at the B tier. S tier. Our next S tier for dumbass randoms. Jeff the Land Shark. Look. Matter of fact, there's a multitude of reasons why this nigga's in the S tier. Like Black Widow players, if you insta-lock on rank Jeff the Land Shark, there's a 95% chance I think we're about to lose. Because you're playing the worst healer. It's not what I feel. Jeff the Land Shark has not been good since week 1, week 2. When everybody was still learning the tech, everybody felt like his ult was overpowered. Then people started to realize he's got some of the worst burst healing. His bubbles aren't all that useful. He doesn't really output a lot of damage. His team up abilities are not that good. He's just a low tier healer. Yeah, when the memes were popping off. So when you pick him, I already know you don't know how to play the game. You're probably a quick play demon who thinks they're good because they're getting fucking 5 kill clips for TikTok and quick play. You're gonna hop in rank and just ruin it. So like Black Widow players, I just assume you're a dumbass. 2, another reason why Jeff mains are fucking awful. Out of all the healers, when you get a random Jeff, there's a 99.999% chance you're not getting healed. I swear to God. These niggas will sit. Who was in my stream yesterday? I had a random Groot and a random Jeff on my team. This nigga went 5-19 with Jeff. All he did was sit on Groot's shoulder the entire game. I'm on the mic screaming, please, please. Y'all know that meme? The little poor boy with the bowl? Please heal me. You have to beg these people. Out of all the healers, the one I have to hop on the mic the most and scream for somebody to fucking heal me is a Jeff main. And it's crazy because you got the little squirter. It shoots pretty far. I don't know why it's so hard for you niggas to fucking heal. If you cannot play Jeff the Land Shark, get the fuck off the game. At bare minimum, don't come in ranked. Go play quick play. Yeah, Oliver Twist. Please heal me. I hate Jeff the Land Shark players. You niggas suck. Get the fuck off the game. Play a real strategist. Free all my niggas from Jeff the Land Shark. He's not a demon. It was funny the first week. He's not a demon. When I see the other team has a Jeff the Land Shark and I'm playing Venom, oh, I'm diving your ass. I love it. This nigga, because I already know this nigga sucks. You willingly picked him? You willingly picked him? At least Rocket Raccoon can like climb walls and shit, so it's hard to get to him. Yeah, and that's another thing too. They buy the skins, they like because he's adorable. Jeff the Landsharks be playing the game in pajamas, making noises and shit. Get the fuck off the goddamn game. He's not a demon. Oh, reason number 3, you nigga. The reason number 3 I hate Jeff the Landshark mains on ranked. Another example of how you niggas suck. You don't do nothing the whole fucking game. You don't heal. I swear to God, the average Jeff the Landshark main has 5,000 heals at the end of the game. You do nothing the whole game. These niggas just sit and wait for their ult to get here, right? These niggas will be 0-5. They'll get their ult, and then they'll go for the clip, and they'll try to team wipe and get a 5 kill when they jump off the edge. You guys literally do nothing for the team until you get your ult. And then there's no guarantee you even get a team wipe. So honestly, Jeff the Landshark players in ranked, get the fuck off my team. I don't want you. No, thank you. This rant is straight from the soul. Absolutely. A good Jeff is game changing though, even if it's just because of the ult. Yeah, the problem is how many of them run into him though. How many times do you run into a good Jeff on your team? A good decision maker. Not very often. Not very often. This is not my playlist. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. That's why he's in the S tier. Next is Loki. I'm gonna be honest. I don't feel like I run into bad Lokis. Loki is a good healer. He has a lot of utility with his turrets, his ability to switch between characters. He has a higher skill ceiling, so like it takes a little bit more talent to play him, I feel like. You don't really see him get picked as much, but when he does get picked, I feel like I always see good Lokis. His ult is very useful. I don't really feel like I'd be yelling at Loki players like that. He's a good, I mean, from my experience, I don't feel like I get a random Loki and I'm raging at them. Like he might be the first F tier because they don't really be pissing me off. I fuck with Lokis, but then again, I might run into a bad one tonight. Actually, D tier E. This is from my experience. I'm gonna put him. I gotta get somebody in there. He's getting picked a lot more since the new skin drop. Probably. Luna Snow. I hate this bitch. Luna Snow gets her ult every 3 seconds. I hate that shit. The number of games that I have lost strictly because she just gets her ult every 5 seconds. You'll be winning the match and then she ult and pushes you right back. But we're talking about not the actual kit. We're talking about randoms who play Luna Snow. Luna Snow on the other team is always a demon. But for some reason, Luna Snow on my team, when it's a random, not very good. Going to the C tier. For some reason, random Luna Snows, they don't heal as often. I feel like I gotta scream at them a lot. But one thing I've noticed, like this happened to me just yesterday. Whenever I get a random Luna Snow, they sit on their ult too much. She gets her ult every 5 seconds. Please hit the fucking Q button. We're trying to make a push, but for some reason, the random Lunas that be on my team, they don't use it. On the other team, they'll use it all the time. But on my team, a lot of bad teams get carried by her ult. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If oh my God forbid Luna gets nerfed, her ult, her ability to farm the ult. If that shit gets nerfed, a lot of y'all getting exposed because she be bailing a lot of people out. But she's a great character, but she does require situational awareness. And I just feel like it's a hit or miss when I run into him. And then a lot of times too, I play Namor. A lot of people don't know that she gives Namor a boost. He gets an extra turret that does a lot of damage, and Namor just got a buff, so he does even more damage. I always feel like I have to play against a Luna Snow, and then I'll pick Namor, right? I'll tell my healers, hey, can one of y'all switch to Luna Snow? Not only because I want arguably the best ult in the game on my team, but also because I want to get the Namor boost, right? Niggas never switch. Never want to be team players. So a lot of Luna Snow mains I've noticed, they don't know the team ups in the game. They don't know some of the core mechanics. They get on my nerves sometimes too. Just the ones that be on my team. The ones on the other team, they be demons though for some reason. Yeah, her ult lasts way too long. Yeah, they never want to help. Magik. I'm gonna put her at a D tier. Magik is a really strong character that takes a little bit more skill to use, but I personally haven't encountered too many Magiks that piss me off. I feel like when there's a Magik on my team, she usually does her job. Gets in, gets out. I see some of y'all putting A and B. Y'all ran into some really bad Magiks, huh? It's a hit or miss. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe I haven't had enough experience with her, but she hasn't pissed me off to where I've had a lot of really bad random. Matter of fact, one of the best demons I played with was a random Magik. And I remember I was being toxic on the mic. I was like, yo, are you good with Magik, bro? He's like, because his name was Magik Main. That's you want to know a telltale sign of a bad player? If they have the character they main in their name. Like I remember me and Siggy ran into somebody named Black Panther Main 69 or something like that. I think it was awful. This dude's name was Magic Main something, but he went like 35-2. He was a fucking demon. I feel like I run into a decent amount of good ones that don't really piss me off, so I'm gonna leave her at a D. She hasn't bothered me too much, but you know, that could be subject to change. Magneto. Magneto, I'm gonna put him at B. Magneto is a solid tank, but I be feeling like a lot of people don't know how to properly play him. Magneto gets his shield. His shield is different from Doctor Strange's. You can't just hold the right click. You have to hit shift, and then it just stays up for a certain amount of time, and then you get it back within like 5 seconds. But what's cool about his shield is when it's up, it's gonna block everything without break. It's just gonna run like a certain length and just block everything. So you got to spam that shield with him when you're pushing the point. But for some reason, I notice a lot of randoms who play Magneto don't use his shield. And not only that, I notice a lot of random Magnetos, they don't throw you a shield. His E ability allows, I played with a Magneto the other night, right? This nigga gave nobody on the team the E shield. He only gave it to himself. I'm like, hey buddy, could you be a team player maybe? Could you be be bubble hogging. Be bubble hogging. And then another thing I noticed with a lot of Magneto randoms, they don't know how his ult works. They don't know the master of magnetism can absorb bullets with his ult. So a Star-Lord will ult, right? And Magneto will just sit there and watch it. Nigga, hit Q. Hit Q, absorb half of that, and throw it and kill the other team, bruh. Will they do it? No. I will say when you get a good Magneto, they're a demon, especially teamed up with Wanda because his sword ability is really good. But I've noticed a lot of Magnetos, they're kind of like group players. And I think it's a tank issue, period, because a lot of people just play DPS. They don't really know how to tank and initiate. They're just bullet sponges. Mantis randoms. They're going B tier too. Mantis is another great character, very easy to pick up, but hard to master. A good Mantis can carry the team, but a bad Mantis, oh my God. And I be getting the bad ones. Random Mantis, she gets 4 charges, right? And with those charges, they have cooldowns. You can heal the team, you can boost yourself with damage, or you can boost a teammate. The random Mantises that I get, a lot of them just be spamming the heals. I find like out of every healer, which is crazy because she has a cooldown on her heals, the random Mantises will spam the heals and you'll be full health, right? They'll just be right click. You'll be full health. What the fuck are you doing? And then these dumbasses at the end of the game will be like, well, I was healing you. I had 30,000 heals, bitch, because you right click. But this is why I said Marvel Rivals is one of the few games where the scoreboard does lie. It does lie. Yeah, you got 30,000 heals, but how many of those heals counted? I might have got hit once by a bullet and I went from fucking 800 health to 725. And you constantly heal. I don't know. What about when I really needed it at half health? You didn't have any charges because you spammed 2 of those heals on me when I didn't need it. And then you boosted yourself twice for some reason because your dumbass thinks the damage stacks. Now you don't have any charges to heal anybody. Now your tanks are dead. Oh, and don't forget, random Mantises love to be on the front line. Matter of fact, I forgot that about. Let's talk about these Jeff niggas too. Why out of all the healers, this one and this one be on the front line the most? Now, Mantis mains, I halfway understand it. You might be new to hero shooters, so you're trying to figure out, should I be on the front line fighting and be a DPS main, or should I heal more? Let me give you a tip. I tell this to everybody. If you're playing Mantis, think of the LeBron James Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh. Yes, you can do damage with Mantis, but I don't need you to be LeBron. I don't need you to be Dwayne Wade. Be Chris Bosh. And I don't mean that as disrespect. Just sit in the back, pop some shots, help us out, but also 80-90% of your focus should be healing. But these fucking Jeff the Land Sharks, the number of times, I can't believe I forgot this part. The number of matches I've lost because Jeff the Land Shark is on the front line shooting. You pick the healer with the worst damage output to fight on the front line. That's why you niggas is an S tier. If you pick Jeff the Land Shark, I know you ain't trying to win. But y'all in B tier, Yeah, I came back because I remembered. I hate you niggas, bro. Mantis, y'all be doing that shit too. And like I said, I halfway understand it because you can boost yourself. I just think Mantis randoms, they got to figure out that balance of when you need to heal and when you need to kill. When you figure that out, when that Mantis figures it out and you take your game to the next level, you drop down to an F tier. You're not annoying at all. You're a great team player. It's just the bad Mantises are fucking annoying, man. They're fucking annoying. TBH, the people in the TikTok live are confused about the tier list. I don't care. When is the TikTok chat not confused? Nobody wants to be Iguodala. Somebody got to be it. Be a fucking team player, bro. Hey, that team with Iguodala won a championship, bro. Relinquish the ego. Namor. Namor, I'm gonna put at C tier. I like playing Namor. I feel like I'm pretty good with him, but Namor can be bad for the simple fact that the turrets. So like the main piece, Namor is great because he's a good counter pick for anybody who backlines. Spider-Man, Iron Fist, Black Panther. But the key to playing Namor is you need to know where to throw your turrets, right? And I notice with bad Namor players, they'll just throw the turret right in front of them on the ground, and then it instantly gets shot. If you can handle his kit like that, he becomes useless. But a good Namor knows where to place the turrets, and they can handle the back and protect your healers. But I notice, yeah, it can be very 50. The thing why it's not annoying, and I put them at the C tier is, I don't know if the pick rate will go up this season because they did buff him, but at least in season 0, a lot of people didn't play Namor. He has a pretty low pick rate as of right now. So because he's uncommon, a random Namor isn't going to piss me off because you're not going to see him that often. It's just when the bad ones are bad, they're fucking bad, bro. They're fucking bad. Yeah, they'll just keep throwing them on it. So I'm going to put him at the C tier. You have 500 people on TikTok right now. Hey, come to the Twitch chat. Peni. Annoying Peni mods. Or randoms, I mean mods. Annoying Peni randoms. Really bad ones. Where would I put them at? I'll put them at A tier. Peni is another tank that's very situational. She prospers during domination and on defense because she's a trap character. But the problem with Peni is she's easy to pick up, hard to master. I think she's a thinking character. And I mean, we read the articles. The average gamer doesn't like to think anymore. One thing I've learned about Marvel Rivals is a lot of you niggas don't know what a flank is. A lot of y'all love to play Psylocke and just run down the middle and get shot and then wonder why you went 2 and 25. So on the right hands, Peni is a demon. The problem is too many of y'all throw her trap that are random pennies on my team. You throw the trap right in front of the enemy. It gets blown up. Now she's fucking worthless. And I'm not even talking about like they have to work for it. Like they got to jump on the mines and then they take a half damage. They're risking their health and then they take it. I'm talking about you drop that bitch. They take it all the way out right away. And then also bad pennies like the randoms. They don't be using their right click enough. You get your right click back like every 3 seconds. Her right click traps enemies so then people can jump them. You don't be doing that shit enough. So like one thing I've learned from like Peni randoms and other characters, I don't think a lot of y'all hit F1 on the keyboard. You don't look to see what your kit does. In the right hands, once again, she's a demon. But the random pennies that I run into a lot of times, they be ass. The TikTok chat is actually remedial. That's why I don't talk to them, bro. If you want to chat, come over to the Twitch, but I'm not talking to them. What kind of tier list is this? The worst kind of randoms. Psylocke. It's 50-50. 50-50. See, I feel like when you got a good Psylocke on your team, they're a fucking demon. They are a demon. But when you get a bad one, they're fucking bad. But I feel like she's not played enough to where it pisses me off. I feel like a bad Psylocke, the only time they get a Q is when the only time they get a kill is when they use their ult. But a good Psylocke will harass you on the back line. Fuck all that. Let's go. I'm almost done, Siggy. I'm gonna put him at a C tier because I feel like the pick rate's not high enough. She's easy to kill. So you gotta have good situational awareness. They're not. I don't feel like they're too the randoms are too toxic. They don't be in the text chat like that much. What camera are you using? It's crispy on TikTok. I'm using a Sony 6400. So I'll put him at a C tier. I don't feel like I run into too many random Psylocks that are terrible and toxic. Rocket Raccoon, I'm not gonna lie. Just like Jeff the Land Shark, if I see you pick Rocket, I just assume you're trying to lose. Rocket is situational. He's good. But if there's not a Punisher or a Groot on the team, and you picked Rocket, I assume you're trying to lose. I'm gonna put him at an A tier just because he doesn't get picked enough to where it's gonna piss me off that much. But I feel like Rockets be pissing me off because he's a low tier. His healing is just not a high enough output. And he's mainly good when you have the team up abilities. Like that unlimited ammo with Punisher is fucking deadly. But if there's not a Punisher on your team, why are you running him, bro? We need some fucking heals, especially when you got a Mantis on the front line who want to fucking fight half the damn time. Rockets don't switch either. That's a good point. That's another reason you put him at A. I've noticed that too. Rocket mains that are randoms, they tend not to switch. You be like, hey man, we need more healers with burst on their healing. Can we get a Mantis? Can we get a Luna? They're not switching. A lot of Rocket mains are like Spider-Man mains. They main Rocket not because it's a character that's good for the team or the situation. They main Rocket because that's their favorite character from the MCU. They'll be sitting there in their Rocket Raccoon pajamas with their pet possum sitting on the fucking computer desk. Be like, bro, why you got a possum? Get a fucking raccoon. What are you doing? They'll be sitting there playing the game. I'm not switching because I love Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, and 3. It's one of my favorite movies. What they did to Rocket and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 just fucking made me hurt. They experimented on them. We get it. They experimented on Rocket in Guardians 3. But we don't need you experimenting with the roster. So unless we got a Punisher or a Groot, get the fuck off Rocket and pick up Mantis or Luna. I'm trying to win, bitch. S tier. No, A tier. I'm going to put him at A tier. You pick Wanda, same thing. I'm not gonna lie. If you insta-lock Wanda, I assume you're trying to lose. Her damage output, and I'm like, yo, the reason people play Wanda, you were probably a quick play demon. But in ranked, get the fuck off this character unless somebody's playing Magneto. Because then we can give Magneto the fucking sword. But if I see you insta-lock Wanda, I automatically assume, just like Moon Knight mains, you can't aim. And you know the worst part about Wanda mains that I've noticed that are randoms on your team? A lot of y'all don't flank. This woman has 2 cooldowns on her shift ability where she can go invisible, takes no damage. She can fly upwards. Do you take the high ground? Do you flank? Do you attack the backside? No. The average Wanda main runs straight down the middle with a Punisher on the turret looking like Rambo. Getting gunned the fuck down. She's dead. She's dead. And then last second when she got 25 health, she'll try to hit her shift. I ain't gonna say their name. If you've been in the stream, you know somebody in the Discord is a Wanda main. Some of the dumbest plays that I've seen have come from Wanda mains. I don't really like to play Magneto, but I was playing Magneto because this nigga would not get off Wanda. This nigga said, throw me the he said, hey, TBH, you got your bubble? I said, yeah. He said, throw me the bubble. This nigga ran down the enemy fire into the middle and said, Peer! Before she could finish the sentence, this nigga was dead. I said, hey, buddy, if you were gonna ult, you should have ran in first, started your ult, I throw you the bubble, so the bubble protected you, and then you could have killed everybody. I didn't know you were gonna ult because you didn't communicate. I hate to use him as, if you were in that stream, you saw that shit. And I'm gonna be honest, that shit was it was such a bad play, that shit made me fucking almost cry. It was so fucking funny, dude. That's the average Wanda main, I'm not gonna lie. If you insta-lock Wanda and you're a random, I assume you're ass at the game. You're a quick play demon who averages 20, 30 kills, and you thought because you knew how to hold left click, you were good at the game. No, you lose 2 matches in a row, you beat up bots, and then you hop in ranked and you think you're good because you dropped a 40 bomb on some bots, which is a whole nother conversation in itself. People complaining that quick play has bots. Nigga, if you're losing 3 matches in a row, you should be playing bots. Anyways. The only reason I didn't put her at S is because her team up with Magneto is pretty nice when he gets the sword. So I don't feel like I see enough Wandas to put her at S. But you know who is going at S? This nigga right here. This is what inspired the list right here. Spider-Man mains, come to the front. All Spider-Man randoms. Free all my niggas from Spider-Man. Free all my niggas from Spider-Man. Free all my niggas from Spider-Man. If you've been in my stream, when you already know, the moment I see a Spider-Man, I hop on the mic. Hey, buddy, are you good with Spider-Man? The number one reason I have lost in ranked is because of Spider-Man mains. He is one of the hardest characters to play. He is a good character, but the problem with Spider-Man is he has a high skill gap, right? Spider-Man, because he's so squishy, he requires strong reflexes and strong situational awareness. You need to know when to get in, when to get out, come back for heals, pick somebody off, pull somebody off the edge. In the right hands, a good Spider-Man is a demon. The problem is, if I lined up 1,000 Spider-Man mains right now, maybe 2 of them are gonna help the team. And the worst part is they're not switching off Spider-Man. And I have a theory. I could do a deep dive into the average Spider-Man random main. I don't think the average Spider-Man random plays Spider-Man because they truly believe that he's good for the situation. Because this game is all about counterpicking. Spider-Man mains play him because, for those unaware, Spider-Man is the best-selling comic book toy of all time. He's one of the most popular characters of all time. It's like what? Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Like those are like the big 3 in terms of like, you know, the entire comic sphere. These niggas play the game with Spider-Man pajamas on. They probably got a Spider-Man headset. They eat microwavable kid cuisine Spider-Man theme. They got Spider-Man action figures in the background. They probably saw Across the Spider-Verse butt-ass naked, got kicked out the theater. They have some weird relationship with Peni Parker. They literally watch the movie with their penis out. Oh, I really relate to Peni Parker. I watch it. Yo, chill. So they won't switch. They're a detriment to the team. The main reason I fucking hate these niggas is you get 1 round from me. They will not switch off. And here's what this is the average experience with the Spider-Man random. These niggas will swing around the map the entire game, right? Do absolutely nothing. They're 0-5. They wait for their ult. They swing into the action, hit Q, do their ult, get a team wipe. Now they're 5-5. They just ended the round 5-5, right? Now you, the tank, are 3-5 because your DPS are not showing up, AKA Spider-Man. The convoy has scored. You hop on the mic. Hey, buddy, could you get off Spider-Man? We're going to lose if you continue to play him. What are you talking about, bro? Groot, you're fucking trash, bro. You're 3-5. My KD is better than yours. Nigga, 75% of the reason why the convoy pushed forward is because the entire game we played 5v6 because your dumbass was dead the entire game. But you think you did good because you hit your ult and you got a team wipe. That is the number one reason. Like I said it earlier, Marvel Rivals is what they say men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Marvel Rivals is one of the few games where the fucking scoreboard lies. And the average Spider-Man is a fucking fraud. You're annoying. Get the fuck off the play. Get off Spider-Man and play the Punisher. You said W take is true, it's facts. It's facts. And you can't tell them nothing. They're toxic. Well, you gotta understand, I grew up watching Spider-Man and I got the Spider-Man collectibles on I got the Spider-Man pop on my desk and Peter just really inspired me. Like the way he let Gwen Stacy die, it just really inspired me. Shut the fuck up, nigga. We don't want to see that Miles Morales, I'm gonna do my own thing. Play with the fucking team. Spider-Man mains are in the S tier, you random Spider-Man, because you guys are selfish. You are the most selfish players in the game. You're number 1, Moon Knight is number 2. I might hate y'all a little bit more because I feel like Moon Knights on your team are more common. You don't see as many Spider-Man because he's hard to play, but I still hate y'all. They spam ping, they spam the heals too, the ping. Yep, we got him on fraud watch. If you main Spider-Man and you're a random on my team, you're a fraud. Pack your webs up. We don't care. Next up, Squirrel Girl. I feel like she's a middle of the road character. I haven't really played with too many horrible ones that like piss me off. And then when I run into them, they're not terrible. I'm gonna put her at D tier. I'm gonna be honest, like I don't really have like a strong opinion on Squirrel Girl. I feel like the people who play her, like they're usually pretty decent at her. Like I've won with a handful of Squirrel Girls. Like I don't really feel like they piss me off. I haven't ran into like a lot of bad. I actually don't really have like a strong opinion on them. Like characters is kind of irrelevant to me. Buffed alt has been yeah, and then more people are playing her too because of the buff alt. I don't have like a super strong opinion on her. Why is Loki so low? Because I don't really run into a lot of random Lokis that are bad. For those who are just coming in, this list is not the best characters in the game. We're talking about the worst kind of randoms and what they play. Understand what kind of list we're doing. We're talking about the biggest dumbass randoms in the game and what they're most likely to play. Star-Lord. A good Star-Lord that's a random is a demon. I just feel like I don't really run into too many. He's a cool character, one of the best DPS in the game. I'm gonna put him at B. When you get a good Star-Lord, he's getting like 30 kills. He's a demon. He knows how to pressure the back line. The problem is it's always 50-50 with these Star-Lords. When you get a bad one, they tend to not want to switch to another DPS or heal or tank. When you get a bad one, they're really annoying because they're not present. It becomes a 5v6 because a lot of times, like Spider-Man mains, they only show up when they get their ult. And I think that's why a lot of people play him. They can't aim, so they try to farm their ult, hit Q, now you got auto aim. Now you're getting bailed out. And they tend not to switch. I notice a lot of Star-Lords, they're very toxic in the chat too. I think they really identify with Peter's dumbass, so they want to act like a dumbass. And if you think about it, it's actually pretty lore accurate why a lot of Star-Lord randoms are fucking stupid and they sell the team. Because if you think about it, at the end of Avengers Infinity War, did Star-Lord not sell the team? Think about it. They were about to beat Thanos and he sold the galaxy for some green pussy. Now we got a whole nother movie. So he did it in the movies. These people tend to do it in the game too. A lot of them tend to be dumbasses. Yo, shout out to Trey Galloway with the sub. Appreciate it. Storm is kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. The problem with Storm, at least in season 1, she just needed a buff. So you almost never ran into a random Storm. I think I ran into maybe one on my team, and they were good. So like when you would run into a random Storm, because they played them all the time, they tend to be good. And now she's buffed now. I see a lot of people saying she's really. I feel like I don't got enough data on Storm, random Storms, because you just don't run into them. I don't got enough data on them. Her ult is dangerous. Like I'm putting her at F tier where she doesn't annoy me just because I don't have enough data. We might have to revisit this conversation at the end of season 1 because her pick rate is gonna increase. But I don't have a strong opinion on her because I just don't see her enough to say whether or not she pisses me off in terms of randoms. Punisher randoms. Punisher randoms. I want to say between an A and a B. Between an A and a B. Trying to think. I don't have a strong vitriol, so I'm feeling a strong B, not an A. Like when we get into the A and the S tier, I have to have a vitriol for it, a deep hatred. I don't have a deep hatred for them. When you get a good random Punisher, they might be the best on your team. They're dropping a 40 bomb. When you get a bad one, I notice they tend not to switch, which could fuck up the team. They tend to be toxic because let's be honest, most Punisher mains are part of Ford F-150 Twitter. They tend to wear red hats. We know who they voted for. So yeah, they could be a little toxic in the chat. I think the biggest problem with Punisher mains is that turret. It's too many Punishers that sit on that turret and they don't know when to get off. The team is getting their scout pushed back and we need your mobility. And instead of getting off the turret, they keep spraying, then they die. Now you're fighting a 5v6. But it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. I don't have a deep hatred for them. Next is Thor. I'm going to actually put Thor in the same tier as Doctor Strange. I'm not going to lie. I feel like I don't find a lot of randoms who play Thor that's horrible. I feel like usually when I run into a Thor on my team, they're pretty good. I don't know if he has a high pick rate or not. I feel like he doesn't. I think his kit's a little bit more nuanced, so it takes a little bit more skill to play them. So usually when you run into them on your team and they're random, they're usually pretty decent. They tend to be aggressive. They push the pace. That's what I like my tank to do. Yeah, he's sturdy. I don't have any stupid bad. I've ran into a couple bad ones, and that's why I'm not going to put him at the F tier. I'm going to put him at the E. But I feel like it's very rare that I run into a Thor that's random and it pisses me the fuck off. I think he's a solid. I feel like solid people play Thor. He's a solid character, and usually high IQ people play him. Venom. Venom, I'm going to put it at a B tier. Venom's another solid tank with a lot of mobility, great for diving backlines, but a bad Venom, it's always 50-50. I think a lot of people play Venom because they couldn't get Spider-Man. Well, if I can't play Spider-Man, I got a tank, I'm gonna play the tank Spider-Man. And them niggas just be swinging around doing nothing. You'd be surprised how many people don't know how to play Venom. These niggas will just swing around, jump on the front. Yo, dive the backline, bitch. A bad one that doesn't hit their... So for those who aren't aware, you get more health the lower your health is. You get more armor on the E. So you want to wait till your health is low. But like you'll run into a lot of Venoms that'll swing into the front line, not the back. These niggas will swing into the front line, the tanks, pop their E, and then wonder why they're 2 and 12. You'll see a lot of those. But I will say a good Venom is a demon. A good Venom is a demon when they know what they're doing, but it's always 50-50 with them. And I noticed too with them, they're toxic. They tend to not want to switch. And I think it stems from the fact, my theory is a lot of Venom randoms really want to play Spider-Man, but somebody probably already insta-locked Spider-Man on the team, or they have too many DPS, so they'll go to Venom and they'll fuck up your lineup that way. They be twiddling their thumbs. When I play Venom, I fucking wrote the damn long ass paragraph. I ain't reading that shit. And when they swing, it is on seat. Yeah, when they yeah, and then a bad Venom too. They'll be on the easy control. They don't have the full manual swing. So a bad Venom, because they're on the easy swing, them niggas will swing off the map. You'll be like, where's our tank at? I don't know how to control my swing. Bro, go into your settings and put it on the manual swing, please. Please, so you can have control over the goddamn character. I went 35 and those of Venom. But like, I feel like I don't run into enough where it absolutely pisses me off when I see one. It's not like these two where I'm like, oh my God, hold your breath. Bucky players. Bucky's going in the A tier. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of you Bucky players are ass. Let's keep it real. I'm not gonna put you in the S tier because the list is worst randoms you run into. I'm not gonna put you into the S tier because I feel like Bucky's pick rate is not high enough to where it's pissing me off all the time, but it's high enough to where it pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie, if you insta-lock Bucky, I don't trust you. A lot of y'all are ass. Most Bucky randoms on your team, they play Bucky because they follow some top 500 player on YouTube or TikTok, and they see that he plays Bucky, and they see that shit again, and they think they about to hop in the match and get 40 kills going again. Newsflash, buddy. Bucky has a 3-round shot before he has to reload. You have to hit your shots to get that ult. And most of y'all cannot aim. So most of the Buckies that I run into and them lower elos, you fucking suck. Matter of fact, Buckies have a lot in common with Spider-Man mains. Because Buckies will be 0 and 5, get their ult, get 5 kills, and then blame the rest of the team for the reason that you lost. Newsflash, buddy. Marvel Rivals is an objective-based game. If 80% of the game you were dead and they were able to push the convoy because of it, just because you got 5 kills off your ult does not mean you're not a detriment to the team. And that's one thing I really need people to understand. This is an objective-based game. Play the fucking objective. So that's what I got for Bucky. Wolverine mains. You niggas in the A tier too. I play Wolverine. I'm not gonna lie. When I see a Wolverine on the other team, I smile. Hey, if you want to argue for S tier, I wouldn't even be bad at it. As somebody who plays Wolverine, and I think I'm pretty decent at him, when I see a Wolverine on the other team, it's kind of like NBA 2K, right? Just because it says you got 3-point specialist in your name, you got to show me. You got to hit a shot first. Because he is a high skill character. You have to have good situational awareness, and you also need to know that he's a tank buster. We are in season 1, we're in month 2 of this game, and I swear about 80% of the population still does not know how to play him. They don't know how to counter him. You see a lot of, yesterday we played a Wolverine. This nigga kept diving our backline against the healers. When I see you dive the squishy characters with Wolverine off rip, I know you suck. You don't know what you're doing. And the unfortunate thing is most of them do that. You don't know how to play. If you want to dive the squishy characters, activate your rage mode first. Take out a tank, get angry so you can get some extra damage, some healing, and then go after the squishy characters. But most of them, they'll run the front line. They'll dive after your healer. You get jumped, you die. So a lot of people don't like Wolverine randoms because you're a detriment to the team. You didn't bother to hit F1 and learn how to play the character, bruh. Wolverines hit everything they see. Yeah, them like you ever seen like them like 90s sitcoms or like cartoons where like somebody puts their hand on somebody's head and they're just swinging at them and shit like that, but you're not hitting anything? That's a Wolverine main. They're just swinging at you. You put your hand on their head and they're just fucking swinging. Why? Man, get your bitch ass out of here, bruh. But I'm not gonna put them at an S tier because every once in a while you will run into a good Wolverine. And when you run into a good one, they change the tide of battle. Y'all saw yesterday, we was getting our scout pushed back by 2 tanks. I think they were running Cap and the Hulk. And then I switched to Wolverine and I managed to bring it back, but our random, it wasn't enough though. But he can change the momentum. So I'm not gonna put him at S tier. Also, another reason I'm not gonna put him at S tier for worst randoms is Wolverine has a low pick rate. So he's a little bit more uncommon, kind of like Bucky too. You're not gonna see him as much. I hate them because also the pick rate is very high. So they're always just ruining the fucking team, bro. And then last but not least, because season 1 just started, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil this one. I'm gonna put Reed and Sue at F tier. I don't have enough data on them. The season just started. We'll see how I feel at the end of the season. I don't know if they're a gift or a detriment to the team when a random runs Reed and Sue. And if you run into bad ones right now, I don't think it's fair to judge them, because we're still learning the tech. We're learning how to play these characters. So if you get a bad one on your team, you can't get too mad because really people aren't going to figure it out fully until like mid-season. So it's just not enough data to know whether or not randoms are going to fuck up the perception and the I don't know, just the perception of these characters, I guess. So I'm going to leave them there because like I just don't have enough data on them. I just started playing yesterday because the fires are going on in LA. I wasn't there day 1. I don't personally have enough experience with them to say whether or not these randoms are a detriment to the team. So if you're just coming in to the chat, for those unaware, I just created a tier list of randoms in ranked and what dumbasses tend to play. And at the S tier, we got Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Black Widow, and Jeff the Land Shark. Dumbasses love to play these people. If you see these on your team, there's about a 99% chance you're going to lose. If you see anybody in the A tier on your team, it's about a 90% chance you're going to lose, because in the right hands, all these characters can be dangerous, but a lot of times they're not good. So yeah, this is what dumbasses tend to do, what they tend to play. Does it mean if you main these characters, they're dumbasses? No, I'm just telling you based off of my experience. When I see random characters like Hawkeye on my team, I'm like, yep, we about to lose. Hopefully you enjoy.